So I didn't notice this until just a week ago, but this video has over 400,000 views. Do people really care about what guns I want in my collection, or did I just get lucky? Telling by some of the comments, it looks like the former is true. So as the holidays come closer and closer, I thought I'd make a little video over just 5 guns that I want from the biggest supporter of the USAirsoft channel, Airsoft GI. These guys have pushed me since day one when I signed up with them, and they've made so many of my reviews, unboxings, and trips possible. They also have a lot of stuff going on this holiday season and for Black Friday, like giving away a free $43 red dot sight with the purchase of any $150 plus AEG, or how they're giving away $4,040 in gift cards from Black Friday to Cyber Monday, all because no one else would. So if you're going to make any airsoft orders with the time left in 2020, then Airsoft GI is the place to do it. Just be aware that UPS and USPS haven't been guaranteeing any delivery dates. So if you need your order that might be filled with gifts for a specific date, then it's best to order them as soon as you can. But with that said, let's just dive into the Airsoft GI website and try to limit ourselves to just 5 guns that I need in my collection. My collection is pretty random and wild as it is. I've got all my Galils, my FNC, my AK-12, my old school Tokameruis, all of my M14s, and so on. But I'm lacking in the pistol department. I've got a bunch of them, but I want a couple more standout options. A couple of guns that I could set up in a glass case, and people would just stare at them every time they walk into my studio. That's when I remembered these revolvers from BO, the Chiappa Rhinos. After remembering this, I typed them up in Airsoft GI's website, and boom! There's the one I want, and it looks like it goes for $140, which makes sense for a unique 6-shell revolver. The Rhino and the Mateba revolvers are such strange pieces that we're lucky enough to have replicated in our game. I like them for just being really standout and for the challenge that they offer. If you get a double or a triple hit with the CO2 1911 or a high Kappa, then you'll get some respect, but you do the same thing with something like this, and you'll get a lot more respect, or at least for me. When people who don't know anything about airsoft see my collection of pistols, they seem to gravitate to my ASG Dan Wessons, so I wonder how they'd react if they saw this. So for looks, and for the fact that it's a CO2 revolver that I can actually use in a game, this BO Chiappa Rhino is on my list. Now if only I could find a Tanaka 10.5-inch Magnum 500. That's the absolute prime jewel that I've been looking for, but maybe one day I'll get lucky and scoop one up. Next up, I added something that I've wanted ever since I started playing Airsoft. You can blame Thomas Jane for this. I want a pair, not just one, a pair of these Socom Gear Punisher Custom M1911s. Oh, but what about a pair of Leon's M9s? No, I want those too for this imaginary collector's case that I've been talking about, but these come first. Even though these aren't too crazy in design compared to what I've seen, these were the coolest pistols to me over 6 years ago. I know internally they're comparable to an older WE Tech M1911, which is more or less terrible, but just look at them. I even bought one of those compensators to put on one of my engraved WEs because it just adds so much extra good looking points to it. It should be a crime that these aren't more common in the game, but if I had $313 to spend on a pair, I'd snag them up immediately. I'll then have to find Thomas Jane at a comic convention or something, just so I can ask if he can sign them. That would definitely be the next objective. Okay, time for some AK appreciation. Every good collection needs some AKs, and besides my Galils and my LCT AK-12, I'm kinda lacking, so I looked at every single AK on the Airsoft GI site, and I think I know what I want now. I need an Arcturus Centaur, and either an LCT RPK or an LCT AKS-74U. These 3 AKs are all beautiful, and you can't change my mind. The Arcturus Centaur B is definitely the weirder of the 3 with all the ACR accents that make it look really modern. The externals of Arcturus AKs, in my opinion, are on the same scale as LCT and ENL, and the internals actually beat out a lot of the stuff I've seen when reviewing other AK offerings. I've handled this rifle before while at GI Tactical in Plano, Texas, so when I say $300 is worth it for this rifle, I mean it. I just wish I didn't review their AK-05 the way I did. I wish I reviewed it professionally, but if I ever get a chance to get one of these in my hands, then I'll know exactly how I want it to be represented. As for the LCT stuff that I added to this list, everyone should have an RPK. The day I hit 1 million subscribers, If that ever happens, and I can buy whatever guns I want to give away in bunches, I'd hope that I could give away 4 or 5 LCT RPKs all at the same time. I love LCT, and I think what they offer is worth what they charge. I'm not going to drop over $1,500 for an all-steel M60 right now, but $430 isn't too bad for a replica like this. I'd want an old school RPK though, with the wood handguard and the normal wood stock that's fixed. I'll have to get a couple drum mags and maybe a tech sight dust cover, to get that Black Ops 1 vibe going on, but that's it. The RPK is already delicious looking on the outside, so you don't need to do much to it unless you really want to overhaul the internals. But I wait for the gun to go down first before I do anything like that, unless it's just horrifically bad upon arrival. At this time, I only have my L86 LSW to really rely on for supportive fire until I either score a Stoner 63 or an M240 Bravo. So maybe I should make the LCT RPK my next purchase. I don't know, this list is getting me really excited for all these guns. Like, I'd even put the LCT AKS-74U on here just because it's another iconic AK that everyone wants. The more wood furnished AKs in my collection, the better. That's just what it all comes down to. Looking back at the last time that I did something like this, it's crazy to think that I got a Type 97B, an ICS M1 Grand, and even the SPAS 12 that I wanted so bad. But instead of Maruzen Micro Uzi or a Vipertech M16A1, oh god, please send me one of these. I'm going to surprise a few of you and add this at the top of my list. This is the G&G Cobalt Kinetics BAMF Team Rifle. The only modern M4 that I want out of all the other M4s on the market right now. Once upon a time, G&G sent one of these rifles to me directly to unbox, review, and give away. But what they didn't expect was it to become my favorite M4 rifle of 2020. From the spammable trigger, the super sturdy build, the unmistakable look, and the all-around color scheme, I was really contemplating keeping this gun instead of giving it away. To be honest, I haven't spoken to the winner of the giveaway for my BAMF Team rifle, but I really hope he's enjoying it because here I am wanting this rifle more than anything else on Airsoft GI. A lot of people joked on this gun for its auto-ejecting magazines, not realizing that it was an option on the magazine itself and not with the rifle, that could be ultimately switched off in seconds. But this is Airsoft after all, meaning a lot of people wouldn't care about this. A lot of idiots would just say it's a problem with the gun and just move on. But screw them. This is an awesome rifle, and I don't think even a $550 price tag is going to stop me from getting one. Which is a nice way to round things off. And that's my list of just 5 airsoft guns that I want from Airsoft GI's website. Airsoft GI has a lot of other stuff I want, from pistols, shotguns, and even custom guns. But what do you want that's on their website right now? Just comment your list down below, or tell me what gun from my list would you use in a game if given the chance. For the holidays, Airsoft GI has a lot of great stuff going on, from deals, special items, mystery boxes, and all sorts of other stuff. So be sure to check out their website and stuff a cart for yourself. Maybe even add a couple of these bad boys to show your support for the US Airsoft channel. Big shoutouts to Airsoft GI for supporting everything I do like they always do, and shoutouts to all these US Airsoft channel members that directly support the channel by simply being members. They really help me out more than they might realize, and I try to throw in perks like knowing what videos I'm going to make next before anyone else, or even getting to watch videos before anyone else. So if that sounds interesting to you, then why not become a member today? But until that next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Hollenbeck, and I will be sure to see you all next time.